Good morning, friends. I'm just finishing up my coffee here before going down to the gym, and I'm going to take you guys with me, which I'm really excited to finally be able to do. I've wanted to make a gym video for like years and years now because a lot of you always ask me like, what's your gym routine? And I've just never had access to like a private gym space to like post up with my camera and take you through what I do. But I just moved, welcome to my new apartment, still unpacking, still settling in, but we have a gym here. So I'm gonna take you down and show you my routine for my upper body, shoulders, arms, like everything that is really gonna help with your pull tricks, your ability to like pull yourself up on the pole, your Aishas, deadlifts, like all the things, even your grip strength. Going to the gym and doing weightlifting is so helpful if you're a pole dancer, because y'all know I love yoga and I teach yoga. And yoga is great for so many things relating to dance. It's great for mobility, flexibility, strength, stability, injury prevention, recovery. Like, yes, that's all great and it's still gonna be super helpful. But yoga doesn't have a lot of whole strength training. We're always like pushing, whether it's like a plank or a down dog, chaturangas, like it's this kind of strength, but it doesn't give us like this kind of strength or we're pulling ourselves up. It doesn't give us anything where we can even like, train our grip strength, or when you're weightlifting and you're like literally teaching your hands how to like hold heavy things, which helped me so much when I started my pole journey, because let me tell y'all, these arms were like limp noodles because I came from the ballet world. So I grew up just having to be like, yes, soft, flowy, like delicate arms. I never, ever was doing any kind of like arm strength. My upper body was so weak and I always felt so behind in my pole classes. I could never like do a pull-up spin. Like it took me like my first couple years of doing pole just to be able to like fully pull myself up and like feel that full activation in like my lats, my arm muscles. I also really struggled with Aishas and deadlifts. Like my arms were like my weakest point until I started going to the gym and started training with my friend Mahogany, who, by the way, if you're in Asheville, highly recommend training with him. He's awesome. And I really credit him for like all the stuff that I'm able to do now and having all this arm strength. So I'm gonna take you through like my favorite exercises that he taught me that I still do to this day. If you've been wanting to get into a gym routine, but you're not sure what to do, not sure like what's actually going to benefit your dancing, I got you. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and take you down to my gym. As far as scheduling, how many times I go to the gym, it's changed over the years and it really depends like what I have going on that week. If I'm doing a lot of dancing or have like a show coming up and rehearsing a bunch, I might not go to the gym, or if I do, I'm doing maybe like a chiller session. There were a couple years where my husband and I were going twice a week, and we had like a couples gym sesh with our trainer and going consistently for a couple years, and that's where I was like really in that building era. Now I feel like I'm in more of like the maintenance era of like maintaining the strength that I have built. But there were a couple years where I was going like twice a week religiously. Overall, if you are dancing a lot in your day-to-day life already, adding in 2 gym sessions a week is gonna be great. If you are in a little bit more of like taking time off, maybe you don't have access to a pole space, but you wanna stay fit, 3 or 4 times a week. That's kind of what I've been on since we moved here, since I don't have my new pole up. I've been in here a little bit more, just, trying to keep that strength, because if you don't use it, you lose it. So I've been in here a little bit more regularly, but it just depends, listening to your body. But yeah, just adding in a little bit here or there really starts to make a difference. So grab your band, grab your water, get in the gym, and just try something new and you will really see the payoff. You really don't even need like that crazy of a gym space. Like this is pretty small and just has like the basic necessities, but you can still get a really good workout. Before you start with any of the weights, it's a good idea to like warm up and get some blood flowing before you just start like lifting heavy. So you can use like a resistance band just to like start getting your muscles online, just saying good morning to everything. I like to do these circles here where I'm keeping some resistance in a band and starting to like open up my shoulders a little bit, working that mobility, that active range of motion. I like to do these. You can really just play around too, like you don't even need to have a band. You can also just do like some arm circles, shoulder rolls. Just get things moving. Roll out your wrists. Just making sure that the first thing you're doing is not just going straight to some crazy weightlifting. Let's say you take 5 minutes to just like warm up. You can do some arm circles back, cactus arms, stuff like this. You're gonna wanna start smaller. If you haven't ever done weightlifting before, I think it's better to like start smaller and lighter than going like too hard and then compromising like your alignment or hurting yourself, right? So sometimes less is more. You could start out with something just like a couple free weights. These are 10 pounds. You can start with 5. I usually end up putting up like the 15 or 20s. And honestly, just starting small here with like doing some press ups is a great way to start. And the key thing here is you want to make sure that you're not like arching through your back and kind of doing like, and letting your ribs flare out. Don't do that. Keep everything nice and neutral. And also make sure with free weights that you are taking it slow and that you're not like popping up into a locked elbow position. It's better to move slowly with intention and to use your breath. I like to use the exhale to push up, inhale when I'm coming down. So even just keeping them here in like this 90-degree angle cactus arm position is a great move to play with. Add in a squat. Down, press, down, press. So you can just practice that single arm, especially if you have an arm that's weaker. Like I know my left arm has always been my trouble arm, so I like to isolate it and like really focus all my energy on making sure that my alignment is good, activating, but you can add in some lower body stuff. I like to do add in a lunge here, so stepping back and then pushing up. So I'm really working this standing leg side. You're gonna work some core stability, booty, and stepping back, and up. That is a great exercise, pretty full body. Down, press, down, press, down, up, and up. And also, you know, lunge here and pull that arm back. And have a row here. That's great. This next move, I feel like really helped with getting my Aishas better. This overhead press, this static hold. What you're gonna do here is literally just hold this weight over your head, but trying to keep your shoulder down. So don't be like this, don't be leaning, staying really neutral, not arching, and also not locking out this elbow. You're gonna hold it, cores engaged, really tall spine, and you are just going to walk around. Pressing that weight up into the air the whole time. And this static hold is definitely gonna work your arm. Like, I recommend taking this in like a circle. Like, test your arm's ability to stabilize and balance as you walk. Whew, feeling that burn already. This is such a simple exercise, but like, think about it. When you're in Aisha, that bottom arm is reaching like this, and you're pushing and you're holding your body weight. So this is a great way to start to train your arm's ability to like hold weight in this above reaching position. So again, I'm gonna check my shoulder, keeping everything active. Also, don't let your wrist like flop like this. Keep it nice and straight, and just take it for a walk. Even if you just have a free weight, like in your house, you're not at a gym, walk around your house, go up and down your stairs. This is such a good challenge. Just walking around and testing your body's ability to stabilize. These are the same stabilizing muscles that you will use in an Aisha. Another free weight exercise you can do is to work your triceps. You don't want to forget about those guys. So you just need one weight for this. This is a 15. Honestly, you know, if you've never done this before, start with a 5. Work your way up to a 10. But you can either stack your hands or interlace them, depending on what you like. And you're gonna bring it overhead. And again, here, being mindful of not letting the rib cage flare, keeping everything neutral. You're gonna bend. Okay, so I'm dropping this weight down. I'm getting that nice bend, that depth. And then you're just gonna work pressing back up. And again, we're trying to go into that depth, so we're not just kind of cutting it short here. We're going all the way down and then all the way up without hyperextending through our elbows. Dropping down. Inhale down, exhale up. Trying to keep those elbows up by your head. That is a great exercise too. Really helpful for stuff like working on your trap mounts, trap inverts, like having this kind of strength is also super important. So don't forget about your triceps either. If you have a bench like this in your gym, it's great to also practice your activation like in different orientations to gravity. So you're gonna take it at this angle here and work like these pushes here, straight forward and then down. And then forwards and down. This way you're getting more of like a this angle versus this. It's really gonna work your pecs. And here and down. Now the thing to really help you truly like get the most out of these exercises is if you're not just cheating by using momentum to just like pop it like this, you know, like, and I'm also not just like collapsing on the come down. I'm activating the whole way through. From here, activating and staying in control even as I come down. So the whole way through this range of motion, I'm building that strength. I'm not just working on the push-up and then relaxing down. The whole thing has activation. My muscles are working the whole time. And that's one way to really make these so much more efficient. So do that. You can also do flags where you come out with more of a straight arm and together. And here you're trying to think about squeezing your pecs together. Like you're trying to squeeze in between like right here. So these are also killer, and like I only have 10-pound weights and I'm feeling it. And you're also feeling it in my hands too, like my grip strength is being worked, which is super helpful. So along with that concept of like always keeping the activation, that reminds me of another great exercise. So this is pretty killer, where you're holding the dumbbells here. One side is gonna hold static the whole time, activating this muscle. And then the other side is going to do bicep curls, but I'm activating all the way down. Again, I'm not just like up and then flop and then working. Like I'm working that eccentric loading where I'm descending and stretching those muscles, but they're also getting worked while this side is holding. I'm just doing like 8 reps. And then when you're done, you hold. You don't get to relax, you're working the whole time, and the other side goes. Killer. Oh my God. Feel it all. Oh, okay, so that's with free weights. You can do so much just with 10 pounds, 15, maybe a 20, just to get started. Like, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling worked. Last but not least, we're gonna work our pull-ups, which, trust me, I used to hate, but now I'm so thankful that I had my trainer force me to do them because this helps so much. So if you have something like this, usually in a gym, there's gonna be some kind of equipment, like a bar, like something you can pull up on. Whatever it is, find it, okay? So you can work your pull-ups, which is like this, and then your chin-ups, which is just a little flick of the wrist, okay? A little flip of the wrist going the other way. They're both gonna be really beneficial. But what's super important, like, this is so important. Listen to this part where you're just wasting your time with your pull-ups. You have to work on activating from your back muscles. If you are just like jumping into your pull-ups and kind of like, yeah, just bypassing that area to like jump up, you're really gonna be cheating yourself. So honestly, before you even get into trying to focus on like the bend of your arm in the pulling, you need to focus on like getting your back muscles activated. You can practice that just by hanging. You see how my shoulders are like up by my ears? I'm gonna try to work to pull them down. Y'all see that like back activation? I'm trying to think about drawing my scapula down and feeling these like lat muscles work here to pull from my back. That is like first step. So you can just work on dangling here and pulling yourself up. Not even bending my arms, I'm just working on that activation of being able to create space between my ears and my shoulders. Oh, even just that is a huge thing to build strength in, to be able to pull and pull. Okay, so if you are like me, you're starting at like ground zero with your pull-up strength, that's what you need to work first. From there, once you have that, then you can work on starting to pull up through the rest of the arm. But if you're just bypassing that and going straight into like, woo, like kind of jumping up, you're probably not actually building strength. So what you have to do, it's super humbling, but go from your dangle, pull up, and then pull with your arms. Yeah? So you can see I'm starting left, pulling with my arms. That is going to serve you so much more in the long run to train that activation from your back before you even get into the pull-ups. Because if you don't train that, all you're doing is training yourself to have your shoulders hunched in your pull work, right? You don't want to do your inverts looking like this. You want to be able to keep that length. So you can do these. Again, you can do pull-ups, which would be here, or chin-ups, which would be here. And just trying to do as many, oh my God, as you can. Pulling. Even if you're like fighting for every inch and the whole way, you're like, oh. Just go as far as you can. Don't give up if you're like, I can only move 1 inch and I'm shaking and it hurts and I really can't. Like, stay there as long as you can. Push till like you literally can't, and that's how it will get better. If you just try and go really fast, or you're in like an all or nothing mentality, you're not gonna get anywhere. You can also have someone help you and give you like a tiny bit of a boost from underneath. So if you have someone come behind you and they just give you a little lift, like from your rib cage, just to give you like a little boost up to the top, that can really help too as you're working to get your first pull-up. So it looks something like this. Just like pulling up, giving a little boost, just enough, so that you can start to get that full range of motion from your arms being straight to activating all the way up. So that, you know, that's what I needed when I first started. Like, my trainer would be giving me that boost up, and the whole way I'm like, working and fighting for it. But that's like how it's gonna have to be with these exercises. It's like inch by inch. It's not all of a sudden you can just do a pull-up. You have to like really fight. You gotta fight for every inch, but it's so worth it. Seriously, all you need is like 20 minutes and you'll have a killer arm workout. But last thing you can do, like truly, if you want to think like, how is this going to benefit my pole dancing the most too? You know, in pole, we're usually working arms, core, legs, like everything all at once, especially if we're doing tricks. So you can practice that even in the gym. So again, like let's say you're just working on like that back strength to like stay activated. You can do a hang here and then do like these knee draw ups. The other night I was playing with like a twist and tap to try and work that core and hip flexor strength with my arms, like all at once. Your whole body's gonna be like, ah. So you can do that. You can also work like coming into like a half pull up and doing leg lifts. There's a lot you can play with, even if you just do like 5 leg lifts, knee lifts, you do twists. You could even probably play with like fan kick or like chopper kind of stuff. Stuff like that. You can work like core and arms at the same time. One thing that my trainer always had me do, in the demo for you, so killer but so good, was to try and lift my toes all the way up. It's a great mobility exercise here. Come here. Like that, okay? So get some core in there as well. Core, hip flexors, arms all together. It's gonna translate so well to the pole. I'm already feeling it, and that was like a fraction of what I would maybe do, but it's very, very effective. And then just remember, gym etiquette, always put your stuff away. Always put the weights away that you got out. And then you could always end with like a little cool down, little stretch. Okay guys, I hope you found this helpful, and let me know if you would want to see my lower body, glutes, legs, core version of what I do in the gym, because we do a lot. This booty doesn't build itself. And having a strong butt is also very important for being a pole dancer. So let me know if you want to see that. Let me know if this was helpful. And I hope that you are able to get into the gym and just have a little bit more confidence, a little bit more idea of what to do. And you will see the rewards. You will see the strength. I definitely never had any like back muscles or arm muscles or anything before I started doing this.